YouTube, welcome to my channel. So today we will be doing a pregnancy Q&A. And if you guys are wondering why are we doing a pregnancy Q&A, it's because your girl is pregnant again. Nah. Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel. So today we will be doing a pregnancy Q&A, and the reason why we're doing a pregnancy Q&A is because your girl is pregnant again. I'm actually excited to be doing this Q&A, but before I start rambling, we should just get into it. So I will be answering, let's see, I think 14 or 15 questions. My son is making a noise right here through the window, so I hope you guys hear me. I hope this is not long. I really hate long videos. I'll try to be as quick as possible because I also hate long videos. But let's just get into it. So number one is, how far along are you? So today as we speak, I am 37 weeks. So I'm like 3 weeks away from giving birth. And number two is, on the scale of 1 to 5, how was your morning sicknesses? To be honest, with both my pregnancies, I'm going to keep on going back to my previous pregnancy with Kumgani, because I did not share anything on my YouTube when it came to that pregnancy. I was a bit protective with that pregnancy, so I'll keep on going back and forth. The morning sicknesses with both my pregnancies, I did not get any morning sicknesses, like any severe morning sicknesses. I just got nausea, which I usually get even when I'm not pregnant. So yeah. And then number three is, how different is this pregnancy from the first pregnancy? There is a difference. Like, there isn't that much of a difference, but there still is a difference. With my first pregnancy, in my first trimester, I was in pain all the time. Like, I was literally in pain all the damn time. I was in so much pain. I even thought I'm probably not gonna, like, my pregnancy is not gonna be successful. And then with this pregnancy, the difference that I'm in pain now in my third trimester, and it's like, it's really like, the pain is so bad, but I'm like, I know that probably it's because my muscles are more relaxed and the pressure of the baby. But in my first pregnancy, I didn't really experience that. I think maybe because I was so busy in my third trimester with my previous pregnancy that I didn't actually pay attention to my body. But I think that's the really big difference. Yeah. And then number four is, thoughts about baby showers and gender reveals. I wanted to plan my own baby shower because I know how much of a control freak I am, but like, I just started organizing too late, and I didn't really like want to get into it and compromise on what I wanted. So I will not be having a baby shower. I'm not sure. Maybe my friends might just be cute and surprise me with a baby shower, but what I know from my side, I'm not having a baby shower. And in terms of gender reveals, I will do that later on, just for content's sake. And then number five, the good, the bad, and the ugly about being pregnancy. So the good is, you know that there is an end goal, and the end goal is so cute. I don't know, man. It's just having like the baby at the end. It's the end goal is actually, you know that you're gonna get the baby, and I know that as much as like there's so much going on, you're going to love your baby abundantly. And for me, actually, let me not speak for anyone, that's the good. And then the bad is just like pregnancy in general. It's just a lot. It's not fun. It's not. I feel like the second time was like harder for me. The first time was like super easy. I feel like the second time is a lot. It's so hard. But yeah, I think it's like the whole like being sick and like not being able. Actually, I feel like my one thing that's like bad is like not being able to do things that I could do when I was not pregnant. Yeah, and then the ugly for me is that my body is never gonna bounce back to what it was. Like, I know we read like we watch TV and they'll be like, this model just hey bounced back, nah. For me, it's a lie. Never did it happen. Never. None of that happened. Like, it really did not happen, to be honest. So that's the ugly. My body never went back, and I know that even now, as much as I can work out, eat a certain way, my body is just not gonna go back to what it was. And then number 6 is did you how long did it take your body to recover with your first pregnancy, and what steps are you taking now to ensure that you recover at the same or better speed? um so how long did it take my body? If you're talking about like my area where I gave birth, because I gave natural birth, I would say I think a month. I mean, what will I be doing now? I feel like I I will be walking or like exercising after giving birth, because I did not do that. I was a bit lazy. Number one, I will be eating well. To be honest, like, I will be eating well. And what else? Like, what else will I be doing? I'll just be more active than I was with my previous pregnancy. That's all. And actually, I wanted to tell you this thing. When I was when I was recovering after my birth, my doctor gave me antibiotics. She gave me painkillers. She gave me medication to loosen my stools, basically. And I was just like, I don't want to take any medication because I am breastfeeding, and I feel like my son is gonna like get these bad chemicals from these painkillers and this and that and that. I just thought I knew, and I was just like, I'm not taking any of these. And I needed a stool. I needed a stool loosener because your girl is always constipated. I'm still constipated now before I even give birth, number one. Number two is that the pain was so much, I could not take it, but I was just like, I'm not going to take any painkillers. And the antibiotics, I kept on going on Google, and Google would be like, antibiotics will make your baby have loose stools. And I just didn't want to harm my child at that point. But I know that those things don't really cause any harm, like any significant harm to your baby. So I will be taking a stool loosener, but I will try going the natural way. I think I'm gonna drink senna leaves this time. And then in terms of pain and recovering from my stitches, I am going to try as hard as possible to not tear. I'm just gonna wait for the right time to push, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, I was also using salt and that antiseptic liquid, that orange one, Savlon. Yes, I was using sea salt and Savlon to like wash around my area, and it actually kind of helped. Yeah, it did help. And then number 7 is C-section or natural birth. Natural birth all the way. I really I've experienced people who've had a C-section birth, and it didn't seem cute. Like, it just didn't. I feel like you don't actually enjoy the first days of your child at when you have a C-section, because you have like this, people have to carry you around. If you have an option of choosing between natural birth and C-section, please just choose natural birth, to be honest. And with natural birth, as much as you tear and they cut you if they have to, it is like you can walk literally after like a few days. Not even a few days. I feel like I was walking after I just gave birth. So you can walk, you can actually carry your child, you can do a lot of things. So I would choose natural birth. If I don't have to have a C-section, I would never choose it. And then number 8 is thoughts and feelings about stretch marks. I don't have any feelings or thoughts about stretch marks, because you can fight them as much as you can. They will always be. I'm sorry guys that I'm not looking at you, I'm looking at my son, he's playing outside. They will always be there, and the only thing you can do is like moisturize. I use tissue oil. My mother-in-law always gets me the Justine tissue oil, but I just try to moisturize. But stretch marks will always be there, and if they really bother you, I feel like there are other alternatives, like going to the doctor and doing those like fancy stuff, which I just feel like I don't want to do them. I don't want to waste my money, and I don't have an issue with having stretch marks, to be honest. So number 9 is most unpleasant thing about your pregnancy. I've said it. It's the fact that I will not bounce back again, body wise. And then the best experience, I feel like I've answered this question. The best experience is having the baby at the end game, at the end of the day. And then this is a very long question actually. This is the last question. So the last question is that my guy keeps talking about having kids or making jokes about having kids, but I'm terrified, to be honest. Like, what if I can't provide for my baby? My biggest fear is the whole birthing process. I don't cope with any type of pain. How did you feel when you first found out that you're pregnant, and how are you preparing for this birth? And tips you could have done to prepare for your previous experience. So I'm going to break down this question in, let's see, 4 sections. So I think 5 sections. So your man keeps on making jokes about you having a baby. I feel like you should sit down and talk to him and actually just ask him, do you want to have a baby? And if you're ready to have a baby, you guys can continue. Obviously you can get off birth control or whatever. If you're not ready, just make him aware and say, you know what, I'm aware that you've been making these jokes and it's starting to sound like you want a baby. Do you want a baby? And if he says yes, you just let him know that I'm not ready, can wait for this long, and maybe I'll be ready at that time. And then saying, what if I can't provide for my baby? To be honest, I believe in the fact that if God brings a gift as special as a baby, he cannot put something that's special in your life knowing that you're not going to be able to provide for it. Like, I genuinely believe that nothing happens in a vacuum. So if God allows your body to conceive, he knows that you're gonna be able to provide for your baby. That's what I believe. I don't know about you. And then my biggest fear is the whole birthing process. To be honest, the pains are painful. Like, contractions are not nice. I don't know if maybe there are people who don't, like, people are different and experiences are different. So if you're saying that you can't, I also can't cope with any type of pain, and I thought I was gonna die. I literally thought, oh, my son is crying. I'll be back.
Hey!
I'm so sorry.
It's about 2.
Oh, my God.
Why?
So, we're still talking about you coping with the pain. To be honest, like, I can't really lie to you and say, but contractions are gonna be nice and you're gonna get through it. I knew that contractions were bad, and I feel like the people around me made it seem like I'm going to die, but the pain was painful. Sorry, guys. The pain was painful, but to be honest, it was bearable. It was. I could actually, like, after having a baby, I was like, I can do this again. I feel like everyone around me was just making it seem like I'm going to die. It's impossible. Like, you just can't do it. I even started thinking of planning for a C-section, but I was just like, my dad was just like, just experience it first. And then if you feel like you can't really deal with it, then you can sorry guys, then you can obviously tell your doctor that you want a C-section. So I feel like it's different for everyone, but I feel like your body can deal with the pain, to be honest. Like, I really feel like your body can deal with the pain. And then how did you feel when you first found out that you're pregnant? Yes. I was confused, to be honest, with my first pregnancy, but this pregnancy, we wanted a kid. We were planning to have a kid, so I was happy with this one, with the first one was a bit confusing because as much as we did want a kid, we were not sure. We just like we're gambling basically. So yeah, I think with the first one I was happy, but I was also confused. I think we both were confused. And then the last question is, how are you preparing for birth, and tips that you could have done with your previous experience. This time I've already started, since I'm 37 weeks, drinking my raspberry leaf tea in the morning and at night, and I am eating my pineapples, which helped me with my previous pregnancy. And I'm so sorry. My son is so clingy since I became pregnant. And I am going to be walking through my contractions, to be honest. I'm going to try to be active through my contractions, because previously I was seeing flames and I didn't want to walk. I was just lazy. So yeah, I actually will be more calm. I will go to the hospital when I feel like I need to go to hospital. I'm not gonna go to hospital, because I think I did that with my first birth. Actually, I went to the hospital like about 10 hours after I got my first contraction. So yeah, I'll go to the hospital when I feel like I need to go to the hospital, especially if my water doesn't break. And what else? Yeah, and I will not eat as much as I ate with my previous pregnancy while I was like in the early stages of my contractions. So I will eat, obviously, but I'll not eat as much. I'll probably like drink an energy drink, just to have energy, because with Kumkani, by the time I was pushing, I was so tired, but I actually got through it. So yeah, that's all. Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like. Don't forget to press the notification bell so that you can get an email every time I will posting. I know I'm not as consistent as you guys wish I could be, but to be honest, these last 3 years, even my husband says you've basically been pregnant for the last 3 years, and they just been a lot. Like, I couldn't do a lot of things. Last year I was a full-time student and a mom at the same time. I did not have a helper, so yeah, things were a bit tricky for me. And I think I'm gonna try to be more consistent this year. Guys, please subscribe. Just subscribe. It's free. You're gonna see my content. I speak a lot. I say a lot of funny things. Oh, I say my kid. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Love you guys.